Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. So in today's video, we'll be exploring when a badass old anime character makes a legendary entrance. Alright, so this was put together by Vinitio. The link is down in the description below. So let's check this out. Please, if you enjoy what you see up to, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So with that, let's get into it. Onegaishimasu. Okay. Who is this? Which anime is this from?
While anime is generally a medium for the youth to enjoy and one that tickles their idealism, it also has no shortage of badass old men, older characters, grizzled veterans and the like who have their fair share of awesome fights and entrances. So for today, we're going to be taking a look at my favourite moments where older characters showed that they still have it, with an epic entrance and flex to boot. We'll open up with a bang, thanks to the timeless classic
Netero and Geno. Oh yeah, Dragon died. God, this part was so amazing. God, look at this divine form.
You know what's coming.
You will know that you're outmatched once you just look at that look.
Moments, how could we ever forget the awesome entrance Netero and Zeno pulled? Netero is one of my favourite mentor characters, and he's got no shortage of cool moments. The way Dragon Dive was presented in anime form, the team
was
crazy,
amazing.
Of the Hunters Association,
and the animation
was
crispy
The sheer
clean.
awesomeness of the Dragon Dive only serves as a preview for other memorable fights later in the arc. After all, he did steal the show with one of the most epic battles this arc gave us, matched only by the
and I love
This
his
is a
techniques.
goosebump-inducing moment
Looks so
befitting
calm
of one the
yet
most
so
shonen anime has
deadly.
ever seen.
Just look at that. Look at this.
Next, we move on with Jirocho returning in glory.
Gintama. Hey. A lady.
When talking about Jirocho, our fondest memory of him is probably the moment in episode 211. Remember when he gave Gintoki a lesson in pain? An awesome fight filled with emotion which saw Gintoki actually go out and still lose. Almost 150 episodes later, he makes his grand return, and it's a scene that's nearly as memorable as that Gintoki fight. It's a scene that got fans going wild. Seeing Jirocho arrive with his gang to even the odds was something that some people expected, but all that knowledge doesn't make this moment any less awesome. After such a heated fight that they had before, it felt awesome to see Gintoki and Jirocho team up. The succeeding flashback also gives us some much-wanted backstory for Jirocho, shedding more light about his past with Otose. In terms of actual fighting, I still have the fight against Gintoki as my best Jirocho moment, but this one's not too shabby in comparison.
Let's go! Wow!
Anyone up for some badass butler action?
Oh, Walter Helsing Ultimates. I watched this many years back. Helsing. Come on.
Battle butlers are quite the fun trope in anime, don't you think so? We've got the Sebastians from both Black Butler and Overlord, but how about Walter from Hellsing Ultimate? With the way I talked about Hellsing in the previous videos, I wouldn't blame you for thinking it's the Alucard show. What if I tell you Walter's just as crazy OP and badass as our protagonist, but in his own way? Here, Walter gives our guests a very warm welcome, complete with razor wires, a very intimidating wall that's full of presence, and a methodical approach to chaos. Fight and struggle as they might, these enemies stand no chance, and it's old Walter we're talking about here. Imagine Prime Walter coming in and laying waste to these fools. Sure, it's not as awe-inspiring as Alucard's feats and transformations, but when you consider the context and see what Walter at his current state is capable of, it's still a pretty damn good entrance and fight, isn't it? Fight is a stretch, actually. More like a slaughter, if you ask me.
Telling.
Jiraiya is here with a less talked about.
This party came to intercept Itachi. The best, man.
Jiraiya is known for a lot of cool moments in the entire run of Naruto. However, one moment that I feel doesn't get enough focus is the time he saved Naruto and Sasuke from Itachi and Kisame. You know, the time way back when Itachi was still meant to be evil. It's a pleasant surprise to have Jiraiya appear just when our two protagonists are on the brink, and his appearance gives a much-needed dose of lightheartedness and relief in this moment of tension. And then Sasuke just had to try and steal the spotlight before getting punished for it. With that little commercial out of the way though, we get Jiraiya easily turning the tides, forcing the villains to escape, all without those hack's eyes, demon beasts and the like. People are still debating now whether Jiraiya can take both of them or not, but I think it's much less of a concern than just actually appreciating the moment, remembering Jiraiya for a pretty cool entrance and save that doesn't get talked about enough. Also, a subtle shot of power as Itachi...
I wonder what would have happened if Jiraiya fought Itachi here. I wonder what would have won.
Next up, we have Hideyoshi.
Okay, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, Sengoku Batara. I have not seen this one before.
There are many incarnations of Toyotomi Hideyoshi in anime, but are any of them as badass as the one from Sengoku Basara? Appearing on top of a hill, Hideyoshi bravely faces a literal horde of archers looking to give him a swift end. Of course though, it's not meant to be. We're all expecting him to pull something cool to overcome the supposed stacked odds, but did anyone actually expect him to step forward, draw no weapon, and simply just wave his hands, creating a shockwave strong enough to not only repel the rain of arrows, but to just send everything back, all by himself? It's nothing short of impressive, and he caps it off by literally opening the heavens that shine a spotlight on him. That's a major last boss fight right now, I'm telling you. Just an apt entrance for someone who's, in my book, the most impressive amongst the major characters in this show. I mean, imagine fighting and being such a big badass to dominate the battlefield without a single weapon. It doesn't get more hardcore than that now, does it? Yamamoto versus Yuha started off with an explosion, if you will.
This was another awesomeness altogether. Kai, this fight. What is that his technique again? Something Otachi.
For so long, we've all
is it Yanka no Tachi or Zanka no Tachi?
Unleashes his full strength and shows us why he's the strongest of the Gote in the Captain Commander. Well, the time has finally come, and Yamamoto arrives in front of Yuha in a blazing inferno. It's an entrance that gave me and Bleach fans all over the world something to cheer for. Yamamoto's arrival, coming off utterly annihilating some Quincy slob, shines a ray of hope for the Shinigami, who've been dropping like flies beforehand. The atmosphere of this entry has been perfectly captured by the anime team, and it's followed by what many consider to be the best episode of the 1000-year Blood War's first core. A total showcase of power that gives credence to Yamamoto's title, one that I also featured in another video not so long ago. When even Aizen doesn't want to mess with you, you know you're something special, and Yamamoto proceeds to show us why in the following episode.
Sure. Come on. Come on.
King Bradley also has a pretty cool entrance and fight, if you ask me.
Okay. Oh yeah, one-man army, man. Come on, this entrance was crazy also. Man, taking down the tank, only on your own with a sword and just your legs.
We've all seen Madara showcase the power scaling of his own series universe with an impressive feat of soloing an entire army, but he's not the first to do it. Granted, King Bradley may also not be the first one either, but this is one of the first memories I have of a villain doing it. Imagine a guy going solo and just rushing everything down, leaving behind a trail of destruction. I mean, it's the stuff of nightmares if you're one of the poor soldiers caught in the crosshairs. All the time, King Bradley approaches his enemies with an uncanny, almost unnerving sense of calm, showing complete control over the situation when the result was never in doubt. And the most stunning part of this was once you settle down and look back at it, King Bradley wasn't in his prime. He's aged through the years and essentially approaching senior years at this point. This moment is memorable for a lot of things. It firmly established King Bradley as an immense threat who still mows down enemies like nothing, even way past his prime.
Man, totally
wrapping
badass.
this list up with none other than a one-piece entry. It's Rayleigh versus Kizaru.
I'm telling you.
Back in the era of One Piece, when everything was just simpler, Rayleigh made an entrance that really left an
When
impression. Just
everything
when
was just
Kizaru's got our
simpler.
heroes dead to rights, here comes this old man, kicking an attack away and taking over the battle. It's a moment that ages extremely well when you look back at it right now and think of the power scaling at the time. This is a guy who's really old, but at the same time, seeing him take on an admiral and actually keeping up with him was a thing that amazes you even more when you look back with hindsight. By all means, no one who's past his prime and that supposedly rusty should be able to keep up with freaking Kizaru, but this man did it. I personally hope the fight would have lasted longer, but it's not exactly a serious fight in this case, is it? So that's understandable, I guess. Still, some amazing feats from good old Rayleigh here. Who knows what Rayleigh in his prime can do? And that's got to do it. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and comment down what you think is the best entrance that I featured.
Okay, now that was totally very awesome. This compilations list was just so lovely. I really liked it. Big shout out to ViniTube. They did an amazing job putting this together. I thought it would include Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance. I wonder why it wasn't here for me. That is by far the best of whatever legendary entrance I have ever seen. That one is just on a league of its own entirely. That fight sequence, the choreography, everything was just so amazing. Well, but still, this list was still very top notch. I really loved every single one that was showed here. There are a lot of animes here that I need to check out, especially that Sengoku Basara. I will need to give it a try and check out how it is. And Yamato, or is it Yamamoto Genryusai and Yuhabak's fight was just amazing. From the 1,000-Year Blood War, the first part, that part takes it all for me. It was by far the best and so lovely. I really enjoyed this. Well, that will be that for this video. Thanks for watching. Please tell me, which of this legendary entrance do you most prefer? And if your preferred category is not here, which is it? Please leave your comments down below. Alright, and please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers!